Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Here we are again at Park Opemican, which is south of Ville-Marie and on the shores of Lake Temiskaming. So today's adventure is we're going to take a brief tour of the Inukshuk and the lookout. After visiting the waterfall yesterday, we thought we'd come back and have a look. All right, let's check it out. So here's the sign for the trailhead of the Inukshuk. So there we go.
0.9.
And it is, 0.9 of a kilometer. So let's head on down the trail. Make sure you bring bug spray because not so much the mosquitoes, but the flies. Those biting flies land on you and you get a little tiny nip from them. But they're not those deer flies, just regular flies. But they're really annoying because like you feel something crawl on you and then all of a sudden you get a sharp stabbing pain. Little mosquito bite, as they say. So, ow, there's one there. Okay, that was just an example, just to make sure I wasn't lying on camera. So follow this little trail. Somebody's built this with all these rocks. Wow, this is kind of cool. So along the way, there we found lots and lots of fungus. But that is huge. Sharon, put your hand down there by the side of it, just show how big it is. That is massive. It's kind of neat looking fungus too. That is cool. All right. And there's one of those little flies, look, on my leg. Currently, he's actually biting me. Oh, Sharon kicked him off. Well, that was good because I was going to squish him. But I don't... Ow, got another one. They're kind of annoying. All right.
Oh, I mean like the first time.
I did. And did
you get your legs?
Yeah. But I think that spray we got is just for mosquitoes.
I haven't had any issues with those bugs.
No, well, they don't like your blood. You're not sweet like me.
And the mosquitoes like me, but not you?
Yeah, there you go. All right, so off we go. Now, one thing you'll notice when you are here is how tall these trees are. They are really tall. Like, they are massive. Okay, I'm going to put Sharon in the frame there, and then you'll actually see how big she is compared to the size of these trees. So, there she is at the bottom, and if we follow those trees up, wow, that's amazing. They really are tall. All right, moving on. Now there is a trail that you can do from the waterfall that'll take you all the way down. It's a cliff trail and it will take you all the way along the shoreline overlooking the Temiskaming River. However, Kipawa River leading into Temiskaming. You see, sieve head. He remembered some things. So yeah, but apparently the old park ranger said you only get to see the river at certain points along the trail. So, but you can drive to each one. So we took the easy way and drove. But yeah, it's so plan to stay the day. They put a bit of work into this, haven't they?
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool. Wow, look at this.
Yeah. And there's your nature trail. So for those of you who don't know what a Inukshuk is, it's a giant, I would say, sculpture made from kind of flat rocks, and I think it's a First Nations image that's created. I don't really know what it means, but people create them all over Canada out of small rocks. You'll see them by the highways, and people have stopped along the highways, climbed up the cliffs and put a little Inukshuk on the top. And you're going along and you're thinking, wow, that's kind of cool. So I'll have to do some more research into actually what the meaning of them is from, and I'll post on here. And we're starting to see the river through the trees. Again, these trees are huge, really tall. All right, as we get closer to the river, the wind's now picking up. Now this river flows through like a canyon, and I'd love to kayak through it, but you got to be really prepared because the wind picks up here, and the river opens up really wide, and then it goes into Lake Temiskaming, which is a massive river.
I think this is Lake.
Lake, not a river.
This is Lake Temiskaming.
This is Lake Temiskaming.
I think.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Almost got you on camera. All right, so here we have a viewpoint, and what a view! Look at that. What a view. Okay, and we got to head on up that trail over there. We assume. Yeah. You watch, turn around, and there's the Inukshuk behind us. And now we're walking away. No, I'm just joking. It is a nice breeze. They got three kind of trees for this. kind of grown together there. And again, they're huge. You wouldn't think that, but there'd be enough moisture to support them, would you? On a hill like that. Okay, now we're heading downhill again. And one thing that we found they kind of they stipulate is to stay on the trail, and there's been a contentious battle between the local people, First Nations, and Parks Quebec in order to obtain this land, because apparently it was traditional native hunting grounds. But they struck up a deal, and as long as the forest in the area is kept pristine and natural, they opened it up as a park. So they are putting more trails in as they go through, but they haven't had it for that long. So which is kind of good. They split the park in two and kept the First Nations hunting ground right down to the river, the lake, open so they could continue that process. But you can, it's a little like Algonquin. If you've ever been to Algonquin, there's lakes, trails, portages from one lake to the next, and there's campsites. So it's a backcountry camping area for sure. You can book your site, or you can go way out, and then there's tons of sites you can pick up, which you don't have to book, because nobody usually goes that far except the hardened ones. So yeah, little history for you there. And don't be afraid of coming to Quebec. The people are wonderful, they're very nice. If you know a little bit of French, say bonjour, and if you try, they'll help you along. Some of them don't do English, but the majority do, and they will help you, and they will sometimes speak English for you. Not for you, but with you. Okay, so here we are. Cliffs with a breathtaking view. And here is what we've hiked to see. That is an Inukshuk. So we'll go have a look, and we'll see. All right, so as I can see towards the end of the trail there, I have something sticking out. And what on earth could that be? So here we have our first glimpse of the Inukshuk. So if you don't know what an Inukshuk is, that's what it is. This one's been cemented. Normally they're all balanced rocks, eh? So, but look at the view. Look what we got here. That's just unbelievable. And you can go down. And there it is. That is our Inukshuk. Right there. I'm not going to go around the front of it, but you can kind of get to see. And then we have, I'm sure this is a river, you know, that leads it. It's what? Lake Temiskaming? It is Lake Temiskaming. Okay. So here we are at the Inukshuk, Lake Temiskaming, short kilometer hike, and then you get to see this wonderful overlook. All right, on to the next adventure. Let's go.